if you could push the rewind button and go back in time and relive one day, what day would it be?
One day.
Yeah.
One day.
That question really does get people thinking.
One day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Since we're like on the fear topic, I feel like I would go back to the day that I bungeed in Jinja.
Okay.
Because like that was because I was so gassed up to go and do the thing. Like I had come from Canada just for 2 weeks here and I really wanted to do the thing. And then I got there and I completely froze.
How is the Ugandan dating scene compared to like the Canadian one?
Okay. To me, the Canadian dating scene is pretty rubbish. I will say that.
Damn.
Like, honestly,
It's worse
like,
than here?
I would say so.
Okay.
I think chivalry is more of a thing here than it is in Canada.
Okay.
Like, I will say American men have more of that. Like, if they see you and they like you, they will approach you. Canadian men, it's like nothing. They want to be chased. Here, I would say, I'm not even on the dating scene like that, but I just think chivalry, like if a man wants to approach you, he'll approach you. If he thinks you're pretty, he'll tell you he's pretty. It's even to a fault sometimes because they'll over push, in my opinion.
This or that. Date someone rich but boring or someone broke but funny. Rich or
What?
boring or broke but funny. Rich, boring, broke, funny. Rich,
No, you'd have to be rich but boring.
yeah,
Because like I can entertain myself.
yeah. Cause like what is
Broke but
is
funny.
Funny gonna pay the bills?
Exactly.
We are at Zest. And today I'm feeling very VIP because like there's literally no one. Today is their
Not a
day
soul.
off, but they open specifically for us.
Amazing.
But maybe don't come on a Monday. Come on like every other day of the week when they will be able to give you some amazing food and amazing service. Now, joining me on the podcast today, I'm very pleased to be introducing Cassie Kisoro. Cassie is a content creator and she recently shared her story about how she decided to leave her 9 to 5.
Yes, ma'am. 9 to 5.
Uprooted her life
Yep.
from Canada,
Yep.
moved to Uganda to pursue content creation. So, yeah, we really need to unpack that. But first,
Yeah.
welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me. Honestly, I want to start by saying I love what you do with the show. You're so good at it.
Stop.
So joyful, so confident. So girl, keep going.
Stop.
Thank you for having me.
Stop, girl. Keep going though. But yeah, like I feel like us doing this show is kind of like a full circle moment.
Yeah.
Now the crazy thing, I don't know
Yes,
if
tell 'em.
you'll allow me to tell the story,
Yes,
but
yes.
our dads were friends way back when,
Way
like growing
back
up.
in
I
the
think before we
day.
were born.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, before you were born.
Before
But
I was-
maybe I was born, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I don't know how far back it goes,
Yeah.
but for a while.
And Cassie didn't live in Uganda. So when we met, maybe a couple, like 20 something years later,
Yeah.
I just asked, like, you mentioned your last
My
name,
name,
and
yeah.
I thought to myself, I was like, I had an uncle called Uncle Kisoro.
Kisoro, yeah.
And then I asked you,
Wild.
is your dad a pilot? And you were like, yeah. I was like, that's crazy.
And then you mentioned your dad's name, and I was like,
Yeah.
my dad always talks about your
Yeah,
dad.
that's-
So that's crazy.
that's
how it
how
happened.
that's how we met in adulthood.
Yeah.
And I like life, small world.
Such a small world.
So the reason I remembered your dad, because I remember we were talking about this off air, and the producer
Yeah.
said it's crazy that I remember that. But the reason I remember your dad was he was one of our favorite uncles.
That's so fun.
And let me tell you something. Your dad smelled so good all the time. That's one of my core memories.
No way, that's what you
Your dad's
remember.
perfume is one of my core memories.
Wow.
And to this day, I'm one of those people who likes to walk into a room and everyone's like, "Oh, who smells nice?"
Exactly.
Because of your dad.
Yeah, that's amazing. Stop it. I'm going to tell him that.
Please do.
He's going to be so happy.
Like he used to come visit, and then like 2 weeks later, the house still smells perfume. I'm like, what
Stop
do you
it.
mean?
No, wait, don't gas him like that.
No, I'm gonna gas
His
him.
scent lingers to that extent.
It lingered like
That's
for
a goal.
so
That's
long.
actually a goal.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't make them like that anymore.
out, Dad.
But yeah, you need to ask your dad, what is his plug? We need the perfume plug.
Yes, I'm going to tell him.
Okay, so now let's talk about you.
Yes.
You moved from Canada to Uganda to pursue content creation. First of all, what were you doing in Canada?
I was just doing like a regular job. It was called Turo. It's kind of like Airbnb, same model as Airbnb but for cars. So people put their cars up on the platform and then you can rent it. So I was working with them, super fun company, like tech company, so a lot of, like travel opportunity, food in the office, like social hours every once a week. So it was a fun company, but I just kind of felt like what I was doing, there was no ultimate purpose for me. And when you feel like you're working to meet somebody else's goal, like the company as a whole, but it's kind of like I'm just an
Yeah.
individual contributor, but I don't actually see where this is going long term. So it just got to a point where I was like, my time has expired in this thing. Like I've given it all that I could give it. And now it's like, what's next? That was my vibe.
And how long were you doing that for?
Not even 2 years, to be fair.
Yeah.
Not even 2 years. But like, I just quickly felt that feeling of like, yeah, I don't think God is in this thing with me anymore. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like the
yeah.
grace had lifted and it's like, yeah, I'm not there. Like catch up.
And
Yeah.
what were you doing there, if you don't mind me asking?
The role, I was so the title was bilingual claims associate. So like we were handling, it's kind of like account management, but then also handling like all the claims that were coming through. So a lot of people, like people facing, you're talking to, we call them hosts,
Yeah.
like the car owners on there. So talking to people all the time and just like helping them deal like with their car problems or helping them with their account on the platform, things like that. Yeah.
So why content creation? Why did you decide to go in the content creation direction, but more specifically
yeah.
in Uganda? Because one would assume something's going on in Canada, like when it comes to like brand deals and opportunities.
Yeah.
So why Uganda? Why did you choose to come back?
I think the West definitely has more structure when it comes to content creation and like monetization opportunities. It's a lot easier to get paid out there for sure. But I just felt like for me specifically, so again, my dad was a pilot, like you said, so we moved around a lot. So I just have like, there's so much to see out there and I want to showcase that. And I feel like Uganda, just as a country, is so beautiful and there's so much to showcase. And I just felt like there was a gap in tourism opportunities here. And I felt like there was a bigger story to tell in Uganda than there.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I see where you're coming from. In my opinion and my perspective, I think it's easier to make it at home before you make it anywhere else. Like if you're an artist, if you're into content, if whatever you're into,
Yeah.
I feel like, I think it's easier. For example, like an artist, let's say Wizkid, Burna
Yeah.
Boy, those types. If they had gone and decided, let me first make it in the music space in Atlanta or in LA,
Exactly.
I don't think they would be as big as they are. They made it in Nigeria. And then
Exactly.
the whole world now recognizes them. So I always feel
Boom.
like it's always easier to make it at home.
I agree.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. And again, I didn't grow up in Uganda, so
Yeah.
I feel like it was also an opportunity for me to kind of come back and experience it, instead of just coming here like for a month in the summer.
Yeah.
And
How has the audience received you? Like the Ugandan audience? How do you feel like they received you?
I think pretty well, I would say. I think from feedback that I've received is people tell me that I'm relatable and authentic because I really don't want to just like do glitz and glam. I think there's so much like rawness here. And yeah, my vibe is just like, I want you to see me like
Yeah.
in my raw, authentic self. Like if I'm doing the gorilla trekking and I'm suffering, like I want you to see that.
Yeah.
I don't want you to see like pretty face in a pretty place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
The first time I come across your content was
Yeah.
on TikTok, and you were reviewing a restaurant.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I like the way this person sounds. I didn't know it was you. Like I didn't know who
Yeah,
you were at the
you didn't
time.
put two and two
I hadn't
together.
put two and two together, but I
Yeah.
was like, oh, I like this. This is refreshing to see, and
Thank
I think you
you.
need to keep going. You definitely have there's space and there's room for what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
What is a misunderstanding about you that you feel like people have about you? How do people misunderstand you?
I feel like one thing that comes up a lot, I think people see me and think like, oh, she rich.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like growing up, for example, like when I was I went to uni in the UK, and at that time our base was in Abu Dhabi in the UAE. So automatically people are now seeing like international student, oh, and you live in Dubai?
Yeah.
Arab money. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
So people see me and think like, oh, she has money to spend. But it's like I'm the same as you. Like I have to work like a side job as well to make pocket money, right? So that's one thing. And then coming here as well, accent, and then people now think when they see me, they're like, oh, she's biracial. She has a Muzungu parent.
Yeah.
So money as well, right? And it's like, thank you if that's how you perceive me. Thank you, I'll take it.
Yeah.
But also it's kind of annoying at some point because it's like, come on, like I'm just like you know what I mean? Like I don't have a big house, like, you know, I don't have what you think that these planned kids have.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
So that's something I would say comes up a lot.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
but let's first talk about living in Abu Dhabi. I'm sorry, I want to know.
What do you want to know?
Is it because all we have is what is put out
Yeah,
on the
what you see,
internet or
of
what we
course.
see on in the media or whatever. What is it really like that? Like, because okay, let me tell you my perception of living in
Yeah.
Abu Dhabi.
Yeah. let's hear.
Fast and Furious.
Of course.
The
right?
one
The Ferrari just going through one building to the
and
other.
to
yeah.
the next one, luxury,
Yeah.
flamboyant,
Yeah.
wealth. That's what
Yeah.
I think of Abu Dhabi. Is that what it's like living there?
Yeah, that's definitely there, but it's not everyone's experience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
of course, the Arab, like the country as a whole is super wealthy. They have money, right? So yes, that is a thing. But then there's also just like the degular people. Like,
The regular people just driving their humble Lamborghini.
yeah, or
And
you'll
just like their humble Rolls Royce and just parking their basic Mercedes.
so you are exposed to that, but then you're also exposed to like, because you'll have some Emiratis, like the local people,
Yeah.
who don't have it like that.
True.
Very humble, very humble. So yeah, like it's best of both worlds, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the one time I was in Dubai,
Yeah.
you guys, it's nice, man. Like just being surrounded with so much abundance. I loved the feeling. I was like, yes, this is where I'm meant to be. I'm just like, even if, I'm living a regular lifestyle, just waking up and just seeing random,
yeah.
I
I will say though, Dubai is
Yeah.
completely different to Abu Dhabi. Dubai feels like a
Really?
city catered to, it's kind of like a Vegas.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole city is catered to tourists. Personally, when I'm in Dubai, I'm like, I can't last too long there. It feels a little artificial to me, in my opinion. Abu Dhabi feels more like at home. There's space.
Yeah.
You have the luxury, but then you also have like the quiet home life too.
Yeah. So
I'm an
Dubai
Asian
is
girl.
rich and Abu Dhabi is wealth. Got you.
Oh, boom! There you go. There you go.
Okay, so let's talk about imposter syndrome.
Yeah. Yeah.
In content creation, I think you actually made a post about this. You see how I follow your
I
content?
know you. You know what? Thank you.
I do. So you made
Thank
a
you.
post about imposter syndrome some time back, and I felt it because I know where you're coming from.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you're in the space too.
I
Yeah.
How are you, first of all, handling that? Are you handling it?
Girl, I feel like it's a challenge that I face every day. I wake up and I'm like, damn, what am I doing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I feel like it stretches you. Like it's like a sign of like, hey, you're growing. And like, I think you often feel, I don't know how you relate to this, but like you feel like you're not qualified to do something, but it's like, in my opinion, I use the spiritual thing, but like if God has called me, and he often calls people that are unqualified, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a sign of like, I'm being stretched in this thing. And yeah, growth is always going to be uncomfortable, but like, just got to keep showing up.
Yeah.
I don't know what your experience is like with.
So okay, the
That-
thing is with imposter syndrome, I'm over it. Like
Oh.
I got over it. I was like, at some point, why have I decided that I'm the one who doesn't deserve it? Like why have I decided I'm the one who is not qualified?
Oh,
you
you're
get there's
preaching to
people,
me.
there's people who are mediocre who are thriving just because they have the audacity to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fear actually is an overrated thing when you
Yeah.
think about it.
I watched that Beyonce documentary, Homecoming, and she said something like, many people are afraid to look stupid. That's why they will
Yes.
never succeed.
Yes.
In the beginning, you might look a hot mess. I remember in the first days of me doing my makeup,
Yeah.
my eyebrow was not the one. it was not the one. Please, like it was like
That's
black,
so real. Yeah. Boxy, right?
boxy, like ta. But now I do my own
Yeah.
makeup, and people are asking me like, "Who did your makeup? Did you get it professionally
Wow.
done?" I do my
Wow.
own makeup.
But because you kept showing up,
I
right?
kept doing it.
You
I
kept
kept
doing
doing
it.
it. I looked
Yep.
stupid in the beginning, but now
Yeah.
look at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one of those things of like I did have it in the beginning. You know, you post and sometimes people comment like, oh, you know, people like,
Yeah.
oh, Cassie is now into content. Like who, like
Yeah.
has your
that's
little
the
content
perception.
creation
Yeah,
thing going.
Exactly.
But
But do you feel like you had to start seeing results until you kind of felt like, no?
no,
It just kind
and
of.
also like I urge people starting out, don't focus too much on validation. Like don't focus too much on likes, don't focus too much on that.
Who
It will come.
commented,
It will come
yeah,
when you
it'll
build your
come.
community and when people start to
Exactly.
trust you.
True.
Don't fixate on that. I have people tell me like, how do you feel when you post and no one likes it? I'm like, I don't care. You know,
Real.
like
So real.
yeah.
My friends here tell me like people just want to see you. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like just show up. But when you post and then you disappear and then you come
Yeah.
back, it's kind of like you're losing your relevancy a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you could push the rewind button and go back in time and relive one day, what day would it be?
One day.
Yeah.
One day.
That question really does get people
Hey,
thinking.
one day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Since we're like on the fear topic, I feel like I would go back to the day that I bungeed in Jinja.
Okay.
Because like that was because I was so gassed up to go and do the thing. Like I had come from Canada just for 2 weeks here and I really wanted to do the thing. And then I got there and I completely froze. And like I didn't even jump. They had to release me. So I feel like now it's one of the things that I want to go back and do and just do like a 1-2 countdown and I just go and I dive. I feel like I really allowed fear to arrest me in that
no,
moment.
you know what? I've done it before.
Have you done it?
I understand. I completely understand if you froze.
No. But like, I wish you saw me beforehand. I was like, no, like I'm gonna do it. Like I flew back. I was telling everybody, like, no, get up and do it with me. And then I completely paralyzed.
No, listen.
Were you dipped?
Nothing will prepare you for that. Like you look at the distance and you're like,
Thinking about it now, I'm even like,
so let me tell you what happened.
yeah, tell me.
I went and I also froze. And they told me, okay, you know what? Because there's a line behind you,
Yeah.
come back and then let someone
Oh.
go ahead of you.
Okay.
And then you go up. I was like, if I go back,
You're
I'm
not coming back.
I'm not going to come back.
Yep.
Like I know my brain will not allow me to come back.
Facts.
So I was like, just be patient with me. At some point I will jump. They negotiated with me for like 10 minutes. You know, like the
Yeah,
line was piling up
yeah.
and they're like, madam, if you're not going to jump, you just come back.
Yeah, exactly.
So when you say you froze, I swear I understand.
But it's the fear thing that you're talking about.
Ah, no, it's no.
You
This is
think that's
different.
different?
This is different. Can you swim?
I can.
But you
I
see
can.
me, I can't even. Like
You know, that's real.
I was like,
That's so real.
if this thing breaks, I'm gone.
But then there's a whole team, like a rescue team, waiting for. But
You know,
still,
it
you know, it's
doesn't
still,
matter.
Forget the logic.
Yeah.
There's no logic.
But
in
now
that.
let me tell you, there's a
Yeah.
girl. There was a 15-year-old girl. This is why I think the older you grow, the more fear creeps into your life.
Yes,
There was a 15-year-old girl who came. They tied her. I think that chick, even if they had not yet finished tying her properly, she was gonna just jump. So they're tying her, and she's like already on the thingy, and
Yeah,
she's like
eager.
And they were like, we're gonna count it. She didn't care about your countdown. She didn't care about
I'm
none
here
of
for a
that.
reason.
She jumped.
Wow.
But the guys we were with all refused. And yet I used to think guys were the daredevils. The girls did jump, although it took a lot of negotiation. But yeah,
They refused.
Yeah, the guys refused. So don't feel bad. Do you believe everything happens for a reason?
I do.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm a firm believer.
Do you have any
in
specific moment in your life that has kind of justified that belief?
Ooh, a specific moment.
Not a
I feel like
specific
there's
moment,
a-
but like a couple of a few things that just kind of fell in line. For
I feel like my whole life honestly feels that way because oftentimes like you don't notice something while you're going through it, but then in hindsight you're like, oh wow, so like God orchestrated a thing so that it can bring me to where I am now.
Yeah.
Like even now when I look at like my decision to leave and everything, there was a process behind that, like a 2-3 year process behind that in that moment I didn't see it as like, oh, this is working out for my good. But now that I'm in this moment, I know that things happened a specific way, things that I probably wouldn't even have subscribed to, like challenges and trials that had to happen to get me to where I'm at. So I can't think of a specific thing. I just feel like it's like a collection of moments.
yeah,
I don't know if that answers your question.
No,
girl,
that
but,
does
like,
answer. That does answer
yeah,
the
but
question.
you never see it while you're going through it, right? Do you believe in
in
that
yeah.
everything happens
I
for a
think I
reason?
think this podcast is like a testament to that.
Ooh,
Yeah,
can you
everything happens
share?
for a reason because I actually it's a very long story. I don't even I don't even know where to start, but yeah, like this podcast is a result of that. Everything over a period of like let's say 5-6 years,
Yeah,
and everything
yeah,
just aligned perfectly.
exactly.
And yeah, here we are.
Like nothing is a coincidence, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you had a theme song for your life, what would it be?
You know that song, Life is a highway. I can't sing, sorry. Like, I wanna ride. Is it Drive It or Ride It all night long? You
Who
have
is
to know
that?
that.
Okay, no,
They
sorry.
play it in all the movies. You've never heard that song?
I know, like Cassie, what are you? You're not singing it right.
Okay. Can I play it for you?
Okay, play
Let me
it.
play it for you.
Play because
You know
I
it.
don't.
You
I'm
totally
really
know
not
it.
getting it. Uh-huh.
Life is a highway.
Okay, who sang it?
Like the Rascal Flats? That's not going to mean anything to you.
That's not. No, doesn't.
No. I actually have to play it for me. Allow me to find it.
Okay.
They played in all.
Why that specific song?
Because I just feel like I feel like I'm genuinely on a ride right now. Like every day is different, but I'm at a point in my life where I'm excited about life, and I feel like I've broken out of a routine where you're just doing something because it's like the right thing to do according to society, and now I'm just kind of like, there's so much goodness to see, and like I'm just excited about life.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a really good space to be in. I feel like that's a
Yeah.
healthy space to be in. Is there anything specific that you are, I don't know, that is making life worth living right now? Anything specific like career, boyfriend, boyfriend?
Girl, ain't nothing happening in that space.
Is it?
Ain't nothing happening in that space.
Okay.
But I'm happy with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those people that are like, I need a man, and like my life is not.
How
moving
is
without
the
a man.
Ugandan dating scene compared to like the Canadian one?
Okay. To me, the Canadian dating scene is pretty rubbish. I will say that.
Damn.
Like, honestly,
worse
like, a
than
lot
here?
of. I would say so.
Okay.
I think chivalry is more of a thing here than it is in Canada.
Okay.
Like, I will say American men have more of that. Like, if they see you and they like you, they will approach you. Canadian men, it's like nothing. They want to be chased. Here, I would say, I'm not even on the dating scene like that, but I just think chivalry, like if a man wants to approach you, he'll approach you. If he thinks you're pretty, he'll tell you he's pretty. It's even to a fault sometimes because they'll over push, in my opinion. But I'm not on this. Like I don't go out like that. Like you will never catch me on Bandali.
Yeah.
I
Where'd
don't
you
know.
go? Like where'd you hang out?
In my house.
Girl, you
In
are
my
too young for
house.
that.
No, people. Girl, listen. I peaked at 23.
Yeah?
Like at 23, I was like, I'm done. I can retire happily
No,
now.
you can't.
No, but you know what? Because Ugandans just the stamina like you guys have. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm saying you guys, but me too. I don't have that stamina anymore. But like, it's really admirable. You guys can keep going and keep going.
No, but who is you
and
guys? Because
never
I'm also
stop.
with you right now. But me, it's justified because at this big age, surely I need to become.
Why?
Cassie, you're too young to be at home. You understand? There's gonna come a time when you will have to be at home, not because of anything, but because you're always tired, or
But
you're
it's-
like it's so
yeah,
busy.
that's real.
Or like there's just so much going on. Like
True.
when you're in your 20s, in my
Yeah.
opinion, and you are in your 20s.
Yeah, I'm at the tail end of that though. But yeah.
When you're in your 20s, you have to like enjoy life. And when I say enjoy life, I don't mean partying every weekend,
Yeah,
and
thank you
getting
for
drunk and
clarifying
and
that.
getting shit faced on
Yeah,
Bandali and not
yeah.
remembering how you got home. That's not what I mean.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean also like going around and hooking up with guys, whatever. It means find what your version of fun is and do that to the max.
For sure.
Because when you are older, it's not that your life stops or it ends, but you just slow down inevitably.
Yeah. But when I say I'm at home, it's not like I'm at home like sleeping. Like I don't mind doing a games night situation
Yeah.
or like people come over. I just don't want to be outside at like
Outside,
2 a.m. You know what I mean? Yeah, outside.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. If you could swap lives with another content creator, who would it be?
Ugandan or like anyone?
Any. But you have to tell us someone we know. Don't tell us someone.
Not like the song.
Not like the song.
I'm like, who do we? Okay, do you know Monet? I'm sure you know Monet.
Monet
Monet
Michael?
McMichael.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
I just feel like her life is so go, go, go. And like she's always doing so many cool things.
Yeah.
And also that like imposter syndrome we were talking about, like she shows up every day and like she's so creative as well.
Yeah.
And she just, yeah, she doesn't stop.
Yeah.
But I feel like she has a lot going on and her life seems kind of fun right
Who,
now.
who would be like your dream brand to work with? You don't have to mention the brand, but you can mention the space they're in. For example, like beverage or like makeup or like
Nah, it would have to be like an airline.
ooh.
Nah, an airline for sure.
Yeah.
Fly me out somewhere.
Thank you.
Let me sip champagne while you're flying me out to Bora Bora.
Speaking my language.
Yes. What would yours be?
Because
Because we're kind of in different spaces.
what would mine be? I mean, yours is really good. I'm telling you, if I got an airline that's gonna fly me out to do It's Never That Serious Forever, hit me up, guys. Call me. But
It's coming. It's coming.
like if I had, that would be a really good one. Let me think. Maybe finance. I would be open to that. People need financial
yeah,
literacy.
that's
And
so true.
finance is where it's at.
Yep.
Call me as well. Listen, if you had 24 hours with $1 million, yeah? How you blowing it? And you know what? I've now put a caveat on that question because everyone's going to say,
Damn.
go buy land, go buy, no.
Okay, no,
Let's
that
say
wouldn't
you
have been my
cannot
answer.
buy real estate. Let's
Like, it
forget
has to
about
be
let's forget about
yeah.
real estate. We're
Okay.
talking about being frivolous with your $1 million. What are you doing?
Like
How you
I only
spending
have
it?
it for 24 hours.
Yeah. After 24 hours, it's gone.
It's gone. Oh my gosh. So I can't buy land or like a house for my mom.
I'm sorry, you can like in this hypothetical, everyone says the same thing. So now I just had to like alter it a little bit.
Yeah, that was kind of mean. Wow. Put me on the spot like that. You know what? I feel like I would first go to an equipment store and because I've had a drone in my cart
Yeah.
for so long,
Yeah.
but I can never justify it. So I feel like I would buy the drone, I would buy the Osmo, the DJI, all the stuff, buy the equipment. Can I buy flights? Like
you
flight
can-
tickets?
Yeah. Everything is on the table except for land and real estate.
Okay, I would definitely buy like tickets to, you know what? I had a dream about Antarctica last night and like doing the polar dive in Antarctica.
There we go.
Yeah, I would do something like that.
But why?
Can I buy a yacht?
Oh. Oh, okay.
Like something that can, sustain.
but can you buy? Is there a yacht for like $1 million? I thought these things are
yeah,
more
that's
than.
true.
I thought they are more than $1 million.
Okay, you know what? Girl, I don't even know how to answer that question. But I would just
But
buy
you've
a lot of
answered it-
things that would set me up for, that would kind of give me like a little kickstart in the
You've
content
answered
space.
it pretty well, to be
Okay,
honest.
thank you.
Yeah.
Now can I throw it back to you?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like you've thought about this.
I have, haven't I? So I'm definitely buying plane tickets. That's
Yeah.
for sure. I probably will just sit down and map out like all the trips I want to go to
Yeah.
and get that covered. Book like hotels and whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Put down the money for all the
Yep.
trips that I want to have. Then I'd buy like makeup, clothes. I know people would be like, oh, like I'd buy like a Birkin. I'm not going to lie. I don't think I would. Because you can resell them, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But maybe not. I would rather buy like gold or like,
you know
some
what? Yeah,
kind of like
true.
like material or mineral. Yeah.
Something that holds value though.
Yeah,
right?
you see,
Just-
God,
just
I
not
wouldn't
land.
be careless. So send it to me. What's a lesson you've had to learn the hard way?
Probably that you can't please everyone. I am such a people pleaser. It's really bad actually. And it's just gotten to a point, like I want to say even like last month, like it hit me and I was like, Cass, you need to stop doing that, right? Because then you sacrifice, it's always at the expense of yourself.
Yeah.
And yeah, like I'm always trying to please this person and that person and like simultaneously and trying to find a way where I can stretch myself and like be there for all these people. But it's like, it would always fail and it's always going to be to your detriment. So yeah, you can't please everyone, man.
Yeah.
You really can't.
And
You got to do inventory
what
of
made
your
you
priorities.
come to this realization that you need to stop being a people pleaser?
Because I feel like it was backfiring on me. Like I'm trying to please somebody, but then like you don't quite do it right the way they want to, and then like it backfires on you and you're like, wait, hold on, why did I even exert all this energy and effort into trying to
that.
please you and that person, and then it comes back on me and I'm somehow the bad person.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, just got to take inventory of your priorities.
Yeah.
And Stop it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good and that's deep. People pleasing is actually, what's the word? Like,
Because you think you're doing it and
yeah.
like you're doing a good thing.
Yeah. But and the more you do it, the more displeased they are. The people you're trying to please. You
Boom.
know what I mean?
Boom.
Like the more you're trying to make them happy, the less they appreciate it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I think
Exactly.
you'd rather be a villain, honestly, than anything.
You know what? Yeah, real.
Mhm.
You actually have to.
What villain would you be? If you could pick a villain from like a movie, which one would you be?
From a movie.
Yeah.
Who are villains?
Okay.
Like the Joker? Is he a villain?
Like the Joker is a villain. Thanos is a villain. What's that guy in Batman? Bane. Harley Quinn is a villain.
Wow, I haven't watched any of those movies.
Oh, okay. Then we might have to rephrase the question. You know that guy of I Know What You Did Last Summer? Did you ever watch that movie?
No.
Cassie, what movie have you watched?
I
What
actually
movies-
like movies.
What movies have you? Okay, what kind of movies do you like?
I like rom-coms. I like the
Ooh.
feel-good stuff.
Ooh.
Like the feel like I like firefighter shows, like Grey's Anatomy.
Okay.
Things
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
some-
That's
the
those
great-
are movies, but like the feel-good stuff.
Okay. So we don't know
Villains.
any villains. You don't know any
Cruella
villains.
Deville?
Oh, Cruella was presented as a villain, but like when you look back, you're like, okay, so Cruella is a
Huh.
villain. Cruella is a
And
villain.
she looked good while
Yeah.
doing whatever she was doing.
Yeah, Cruella is
You know
a
what?
villain.
Let me say that.
Yeah,
And she had cool hair.
yeah.
What about you? Since you know all the villains, who would you be?
So there was a time I thought it would be Harley Quinn. Harley
from
Quinn
that movie,
is
The Suicide Squad?
Yes, Suicide
Okay.
Squad. She was the Joker's protege, or whatever. I thought the Joker was really cool.
Because like he's deeper than I don't know. People say he's deep, right?
Yeah, I mean, all the villains, when you think about it, they usually
You know what?
think
That's
they
so
are, they
true.
usually think they have a cause, and they usually feel like they're right,
Yeah.
but they rarely are. Anyway, so yeah, I used to think it was Harley Quinn, but now I'm torn. I'm in between Thanos and like someone else.
He's the one with the rings.
The
Or
rings.
the stones.
Yeah, because I get it. Like people were getting out of hand, and population was growing, and we were depleting resources. Thanos was justified. If you go watch the Avengers movies, I watched
Yeah,
them
I need
recently.
to- Okay.
The resources his cause was that human beings, or like all the nations, or all the universes, whatever, people were overpopulating the planets, depleting resources, and so the planets were going to get destroyed. So his solution was, if I could halve the population of all these planets, then the planet will survive. That was his cause,
Wow.
right?
So that's not terrible, but it's
That
how they go
isn't
about
terrible,
it, right?
but but
See, now I have
you
to
know.
watch Avengers and the Suicide
You
Squad.
have to. I don't know about Suicide Squad. That may be a letdown. Guys, don't come for me. I'm just saying. But Avengers is
Barbie
really good.
was Harley Quinn, right? In the movie?
Yeah.
What's her name?
What is her
Maggie
name? Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. Thank
Yeah.
you. There we go.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I feel like I have to let you go now.
Oh,
but
this was so fun.
It was, wasn't it?
I feel like we were
But
just getting
before I let
started.
you go, we're gonna play a game.
Okay.
I've not yet decided what game we're gonna play. What game should we play? Truth or dare? What will I dare
Yeah,
her
what
to
would the
do?
dares be?
The dare can be like, let me read your last DM.
Oh, that's gonna be boring.
Oh, because your DM is boring?
Do I even read them? Let me.
This or that. Never use social media again, or never watch TV again.
Never watch TV again because
Yeah,
I'm trying to
because-
make. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause it's
Yeah.
your job.
Yeah. Boom. Exactly.
But TV is TV though.
I know. But technically, like you always see highlights of things on social media anyways.
Yeah.
So you can find a way.
Yeah. Okay. This or that. Date someone rich but boring, or someone broke but funny. Rich or
What?
boring, or broke but funny. Rich, boring, broke, funny. Rich,
No, you'd have to be rich but boring.
yeah,
Because like I can entertain myself.
yeah. Cause like what is
Broke but
is
funny.
Funny gonna pay the bills?
Exactly.
No. No thanks. Okay. Always late or always early.
Always early.
Who would want to be late?
Always.
This.
Every Ugandan. Every Ugandan.
Have you ever been to like an event and they say come at 5,
Yeah.
and you show up at 5,
Uh-huh.
and the event starts at 8.
That happened to me last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why, like, some people you choose to be late to
Okay, so
events
we're
and
playing
stuff.
in a Ugandan context.
No, I'm joking. Let's keep moving. Be famous for something embarrassing or be unknown forever.
Ooh. Be famous for something embarrassing. Yeah. Because, like, why not?
Yeah.
Make someone laugh.
Ooh,
What about you? You'd be unknown?
unknown for sure.
You know what?
Can I pick the embarrassing thing?
Yeah, that part. That part.
It's like, what is the embarrassing
Because
thing?
it might be embarrassing to you, but not to me, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah. But still embarrassing.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I'd be on the deal. Okay, be stuck in traffic for 3 hours or walk 10 kilometers.
Hey! 10K.
10K.
I am not a fitness gal
You're not.
whatsoever. 10K. But you know, we're walking, we're not running, right?
Yeah.
Damn. 3 hours. Do I
3
have
hours
do
in
I have
traffic.
data?
You're walking with data. You need
No, if I'm in the
data.
car, do I have data?
I think so.
Okay, in
They
the car.
didn't say you don't have.
Damn. I'm in the car.
You're
I'm
in the car.
I'm in the car.
The other day I was
feel like
driving.
you're walking.
I was driving to Epps to go see my dad. And I
Yeah.
was stuck in traffic for 3 hours. I would walk the 10 kilometers.
Stop.
I would. Because at some point my battery was running out. My fuel was running out.
Okay.
Everything was running out. I
Right.
wanted to cry. I was literally
And you have nowhere to
on
go.
the northern bypass. I was like, what am I going to do if any of this, like if my fuel runs out and my phone dies?
Then what?
What
You're
happened?
stranded.
I am stranded.
But 10K,
I
Sabrina.
walk 10K. I would walk 10K.
Hey, if you want a gym next week, call me.
Okay. So now we're gonna do like more of like the lifestyle,
Okay.
this or that. Okay, cool. You like music?
Yeah. I'd
Okay,
say so.
Nicki or Cardi?
Nikki.
Afrobeats or Amapiano?
Damn. Afrobeats.
Yeah.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah. But
Okay.
there's so much good on my piano.
Okay.
Damn. Afrobeats.
I'm not gonna lie. So
That's
many
hard.
times I can't figure out the difference between the Amapiano songs. So for sure, Afrobeat.
Really?
Yeah.
Girl.
Old school hip hop, new school hip hop.
Old school.
Old school.
Old.
What is
all
old school
day.
to you, Cassie?
Like late 90s, early 2000s. You said hip hop. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You're so funny.
No, like I wanted us to be on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Instagram or Twitter?
I don't even use Twitter, Insta.
Yeah. Money or happiness? That is a
Like, I
valid
want-
facial expression. That is a valid facial
I
expression.
want to say happiness, but
Yeah.
like money can get me there a little bit.
Yeah,
You know
money,
what I mean?
Money can buy happiness.
Oh, this is so bad. I'm gonna repent later, but money, money.
Private jet or yacht?
Private jet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd get seasick too
Just
often.
being on the water
on the
for,
water all the
like,
time.
that
Yeah,
long.
private jet, please.
Okay. Sneakers or heels?
Sneakers, all day,
Yeah,
all day. I feel like you would choose heels.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you could.
I mean, sneakers comfort, but like heels, they elevate the look.
that's true. But you're also like shorter, you know, so
oh,
it's cute.
girl,
I don't want to.
that's it. We've had enough of you on the podcast. You are done here.
It's a cute thing.
Ah,
It's a cute
Stop
thing.
it. And when you say cute, you make it worse. The other day I was at the office and this girl is like, Sabrina, that's how short you are every day. And she was so loud. And I was like, yes. Like, she's like, oh my God, you're so cute. I was like, you guys
Oh, you
are
don't like
so
the cute
rude.
word.
No.
Wait, do you wear heels all the time, like to the office?
Most of the time.
Wow.
Most of the time.
I wish I could be like you one
Okay.
day when I grow up.
Summer, no, rain or sun. Like in our weather right now. Rainy or sunny.
Sunny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when it rains, it's like mud everywhere.
Exactly.
No, but I sleep better in the rain, so rain for sure.
That's also valid.
Brunch or dinner?
Brunch.
Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Night owl.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
too?
Yeah.
No.
No.
You're an early bird?
Mhm.
Like how early is early?
My body clock wakes me up at 7 by default.
Really?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Even no matter what time I sleep, and I hate it. Like I want to be able to sleep till like 9.
Even on a weekend.
Even on the weekend.
Do you read books? Do you gym?
I gym, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I wake up to go to
I'm
the
learning a
gym.
lot from you, girl.
But Cassie, it's been an absolute blast having
Honor was
you.
mine. Thank you
Thank you
so
so much
much.
for stopping by.
Thank you for having
And
me.
guys, we've been at Zest Restaurant in Kololo. Make sure you check them out on social media and make your reservation. But you can also just walk in and have lunch or dinner with your squad, with your friends, whoever you want to have lunch with. Also, I am dressed by STW. Go check them out on Instagram as well. And of course, you can make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you're notified every time you see a video. But Cassie is on social media.
Yes.
Please go follow her. What are your handles?
Cassie Kisoro on all platforms.
Yeah. Make sure you go follow her. Guys, until next time, bye.